everybody, my name is Becky MacArthur and I am the owner and speech-language pathologist at We Communicate, a private practice in Ontario, Canada. Today, I'm really excited to share with you, as a fellow professional, some considerations to make when you're doing early intervention speech and language assessments through virtual care. Some of us call it telepractice, whatever word you use. If you're seeing families through a phone or a video, then you want to make sure you're thinking about a few things with your assessment that might make it different than an in-person assessment. So the first thing you want to make sure to consider is that you're coaching families with really clear expectations. These expectations might be how to log on to the platform that you're using. It might include the physical setup of the space. So for example, where is a great spot to put their laptop? What angle do you need the laptop at so you can see everything you need to see? And even what to have out and ready. Lastly, make sure that you're coaching families on the order and schedule of your assessment. When we're in person with families, it's really easy to kind of move through the assessment naturally. However, a family might be battling multiple kids at home and varied schedules. I often like to let families know that the first portion of our assessment will be mostly parent interview, and it's really helpful to have the child maybe playing with a favorite toy or having a snack in the background of the video to get used to me being there. Then, once we're done with most of the parent interview, we may move on to an observation of the child and the parent playing together. So again, making sure that your expectations are really clear so you can set everybody up for success. The second thing you want to consider is to be as flexible as possible with these families. So not only might you be flexible in the order of tasks that you're completing, you may also look to use more than one type of assessment approach. So you may choose to use both video and phone in order to complete an assessment. For example, some of my parents have really loved doing video assessments so that I can screen share and show them an inventory and they can tell me which words their child is using. Or on the flip side, some families have really enjoyed using the phones for an assessment because they can more efficiently move through a parent interview without their child being kind of distracted and engaged with the computer screen. The third consideration is to be resourceful. So not only can you use video and/or video care if it's available to you, you may also choose to use video analysis. We've all been on an early intervention assessment where we just cannot hear what the child is saying or how the parent is interacting with them, and that can really impact what information we're able to glean from an assessment. So using video analysis, having a family take videos with their child and send them to you to be analyzed, whether that's before or after your first point of engagement, can be really beneficial. The last thing that I want you to consider when completing early intervention speech and language assessments is that we often have to share really difficult news with families. Sometimes this can include a language delay, possible signs for other difficulties, or their prognosis for improvement or plan for care. This can be really difficult news for families, and we're interacting with families when their baseline anxiety and worry about the world is already higher. In addition, sharing news like this, when we are physically with people, we can sort of own the physical space together. However, when you share news like this with families and you're a virtual world away, that silence honestly can be really awkward. So it's something to prepare yourself for and be ready for, but make sure that in that silence, you still allow it to happen. That silence is a really important time for families to process the information that you've given them, and also for you to process how they are taking that news. Once you've allowed some of that quiet space, you can move forward with sharing resources and more information, but just because it feels odd and different, make sure you leave space for that quiet. Those are my 4 considerations for doing virtual early intervention speech and language assessments. If you have any questions, feel free to pop over to my page. I'll be hanging out there today and you can ask some questions and I'll get back to you.